What's good, y'all? We're about to get started. I hope you are ready for today's show. It's firing up the computer. Welcome to the Hbar Daily Show. We're live, baby. Wake up. Another Hbar Daily Show is about to start, y'all. All right, yo, I'm back. Just setting up my screen here. All right, let's get this show started. I'd appreciate it if you like and retweet the stream. I do believe firmly that a rising tide lifts all boats. Let's see here. Get the live stream going as well. I do believe rising tide lifts all boats. I do believe we're still incredibly siloed in Hbar, unfortunately, here in Hbar, but I do believe that's changing, and it's changing fast. I believe in a lot more community members coming together, supporting one another, again, breaking out of those silos. What's up, Postmaster? What's up, everyone? I hope you're all doing well on this amazing Tuesday here today. All right. You guys know the drill. I'm about to share my screen. And feel free to jump on the link in my bio on Twitter. Should be ready. I updated it earlier this morning. Try to update it before the shows start. You guys are good to go for the shows. Let me share my screen. So just in case this might be your first time here in the show, welcome. I also had to restart my computer. So you guys should be able to see. I know it was kind of bugging out yesterday. So let's go this. Oh, I got to turn the banner off. Give me 1 second. There you go. What's up, everyone? All right. So you can see my X account here. Again, if you want to join as a speaker, all you got to do is hit this link. Whether you're on mobile or desktop, it will put you in the studio with me. All I got to do is hit approve and I will bring you up. All right, I'm bringing Postmaster up. What's poppin', brother? How you doing? Good to have you on the show today.
What is up? How's it going? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, brother, you sound great.
Excellent. I am doing this for the first time on my mobile.
Let's go.
Just navigating it while at the same time trying to get ready to get out the door to drive down to Tennessee for Karate Combat 48, baby. Woohoo!
Let's go. Awesome, brother. Well, appreciate you coming on today.
This one's going to be an even bigger meetup than the last one. I probably know like 100 people or more going. We got a mansion down there, downtown Nashville. We just got an Airbnb mansion with like a pool table, hot tub, rooftop patio, real swank room, nice furniture, nice kitchen. So yeah, we got like 10 people showing up to that room, and then we got like, probably like 30 or 40 members of that Brett Gold crew coming down. So it's gonna be a big old Hbar Brett Gold takeover of Karate Combat 48.
Let's go, brother. I'm not sure if I think the visual is a little bit behind. Oh, you know what? No, on my screen it's on, but I'm looking on X and it's behind a little bit, so everyone's probably still listening to us. But it's great to have you, brother. Is there anything specific? I know you said you're going to be there, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Pit side.
Let's go. Awesome. Yeah, I'm super stoked for. Okay, so yeah, on my screen it looks
I
like.
got a bunch of our Hbar variants, some tickets. So that's good, man. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think I maxed out my ticket capacity this time around, but I just keep asking for more every day, and they just keep
Let's
giving them to me.
go.
So,
Awesome.
man,
No,
these
I love.
Karate Combat guys are so generous, and they really love the Hbar community. So yeah, you guys, if you guys do have last minute aspirations to just get up and do something, come on out to Karate Combat 48. It's going to be a blast. If you guys have a little bit of money to spend, get some conference tickets for BTC. Donald Trump, yes, the Donald Trump is speaking on Saturday. So those BTC conference tickets get you in to listen to the Trump rally in Tennessee. Yes, sir. He's not going to be at the fight still, so I know that's a question everybody's asking. Is he going to be pit side? No, he's scheduled for Saturday. Fights are opening on the Thursday.
Let's go. And you know what? Jumping into the show here, I totally forgot to fire up the space. So the space
I
is
know
delayed by like 5 minutes. So apologies for those of you guys that were just tuning into the space. We're just firing it up. But yeah, I think it's only a matter of time that we continue to get more and more well-known names pit side and obviously in the arena as well, you know, and amongst those people yourself, right? So I'm really excited to know when, of course, when you're gonna be up. I'm not sure if you have any updates for us, brother, on that end as well.
Honestly, right after Tennessee, we'll probably have some updates. Maybe we'll see some content around me and my opponent. So he's supposed to show up there. It's going to be a good time. So I'm hoping that IFC gets on the ball. And you know what? Actually, I think we're going on a little bit of a hiatus for a month. I think there's a little bit of break. Most mixed martial arts leagues have a little break in the summertime. It gets real hot everywhere to throw these events in August. So September is probably when marketing's coming back, and the event will be like 3 weeks into September or 2 weeks into September or something like that. So I've made all the right connections. George is really excited to have me on the card. Dabatola, he's the guy putting it together as well. I talk to him every day. He's a part of the Brett Gold crew and really wants to see Postmaster in the pit as well. And of course, I got great connections with Karate Combat as well. Pretty much the whole crew are like family to me now, and I can't wait to get in that pit, dude. So whether it's in September or Abu Dhabi or wherever the heck they want me to fight in this thing, I am ready to go. Best shape. Well, I'm not in the best shape of my life right now because I am still feeling the 37, 30, coming on 38. You know, I was not as limber as I once was, but I am spiritually stronger. I'm mentally stronger, and I'm getting there. You know, I'm getting back into fight shape. Another month or two, and I probably will be in the best shape of my life. So it's good that I'm not fighting on this card. Just give me a little bit of time to prep and get myself into, you know, championship mode and mindset, and get myself ready to go. Also give myself some time to market the fight and really make the most of it.
Yeah, brother, for sure. No, I completely agree. And yeah, I mean, as much time as you need within reason, of course, for yourself. And yeah, I mean, just preparing. We saw May, of course, from the community step up, and she won her fight. I do believe you'll be the next one up from the Hbar ecosystem. I'll be putting my tokens on you. I'll be delegating on your end as well. We'll be pushing as many people to delegate. Speaking of delegation, right? 2 days from now will be the event. So if you want to plug your delegation, I don't actually know what your account is called. If you want to plug that, I know you're chewing, so I'll ramble on a little bit so you can swallow there. But yeah, I mean, delegation wise, I think that's such an amazing feature of Karate Combat. One of the coolest features, arguably, of the platform, of course. But if you want to touch on it really quick, you're totally welcome to do so, brother.
Yeah, from a marketing perspective, it's genius. Because the delegates are going to be working hard now to onboard people, even if they don't think that they're going to be great at betting. You can say to your friend, hey, listen, here's my record. I'm 70%. jump on board, delegate me your tokens. And so I really do think that delegation is going to be a real strong marketing strategy, but it's also great for people who are just your casual watchers who really want to make the most of their staking rewards. There's 10 or 15 really, really good players. I'm down a little bit. I was a 78% player. I'm at like 59% now, which is not bad, but not really where I want to be. I got a little bit of a kick in the nuts on that last event, making some risky underdog bets, but I'm going to get my head straight this time around. So if you do want to delegate me, I can send you all my information. Super simple. You just go into settings, delegate, enter my Twitter handle, which is KylePost17, or We Are Early, which is my Karate Combat username. And you just hit delegate, and basically your bets will mimic my bets, and there's a 20% delegation fee that will go to the delegate that you choose. So if you think that you're doing good bets, if you're like a 50% or higher, it's probably good that you do your own bets. But if you're really struggling with them and you're in the 20th percentile, 30, it's good that you find somebody to delegate your bets to, and this way you can maximize your rewards.
Yeah. No, for sure, brother. And yeah, I think the rewards is pretty reasonable. And of course, the people that are actually delegating towards, I mean, it's pretty worthwhile, arguably, especially the more you network, the more people trusting your pick. So, of course, you're welcome to jump on the live stream. I know you're already speaking, but if you want to use the comment section where you said LFG already and just type in what people should type in for the delegation. I know you said We Are Early and then Kyle Post, I believe. Feel free to type those in. I'll pin it up here for a little bit so people that are listening in can go manually assign it. You're going to be the main delegator that I'm going to promote here. I'll just be honest. So, yeah, I mean, people are more than welcome.
Kyle Post 17, my Twitter handle. So you can basically just use my Twitter at, or WER capital R Early. Super simple. And yeah, super simple process and definitely beneficial. I mean, I obviously love Karate Combat. I spend every waking hour, watching, learning, and I think I'm dialed in on this one. I'm also going to consult with a few of my good friends later tonight, Python and King Apollo, who are like 90 percentile. These guys are nailing it, just crushing it. So I'm also gonna touch base with them today and make sure that I get my picks dialed in for y'all.
Awesome, brother. Well, I appreciate you coming on. Is there anything else? Appreciate you sharing the alpha per usual. I see stickbug.org there as well under your name. I think it looks great. You're welcome to share a little bit alpha on that as well. We're gonna, after you share your alpha, I think we'll jump into some TA. I think the earliest aspects of our show, it's warranted for it, and then we're gonna jump into some governing council minutes that were finally posted here. So yeah, Postmaster, I'll kick it back to you, brother, if you want to touch on some alpha there as well, brother. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Yeah, we got lots of updates going on with stickbug.org, guys. We are now on the list of Hashport. So you can port us to tons of different chains. We are planning on adding liquidity pools to multiple different chains this way. So watch out for that. We also added a fighter portal to our website where any fighter can go and create their own NFTs through our Fighterbug Flawless NFT set. So we're making the process extremely simple so that I really don't have to do a lot of the legwork. As soon as I need a fighter, we can show them our fighter portal and they can go right to there to claim. And they can also schedule some spaces with you and with a few other spaces in our community in order to touch base with the Hbar community and Web3 communities so that they can help market their products and learn about Web3. So we got lots of updates to our website going on right now, and we've been working really, really hard to make these cards exceptional. So be prepared to have your minds blown from the quality of NFTs. We really wanted to make this look and feel like a sports memorabilia project because we want it to be a staple in sports memorabilia. Karate Combat started its legacy as a Web3 company, so we believe that their sports memorabilia should really take off in Web3. And so this is why we're issuing cards that really have that look and feel of traditional sports memorabilia, but all the amazing, great qualities of Web3 airdrops and all sorts of token-gated rewards and Discord channels and AI bots that help you with your karate picks. So we're really going beyond the Call of Duty to make a Web3 product that almost touches every aspect that an NFT could really touch, with integrated with a token, right in the tokenomics with a buyback and burn schedule that everybody gets to see when it's happening. We have a full auditing system so that everybody gets to see who and what the fighters are making on the NFT sales. So yeah, it's a great project. We've really been working quietly and hard in the background, but everything's about to launch. So get ready for a Stickbug takeover.
Awesome, brother. Yeah, I can't wait to see. I just pulled up the Stickbug Twitter X account right here with the Hashport announcement. We haven't talked about on our show here, but I did want to touch on it. But I'd prefer someone representing, of course, Stickbug to talk about it first. So appreciate you coming up, sharing it. Of course, I haven't actually seen a lot of other tokens recently come up, especially meme tokens. So, but we all know Stickbug is not only a meme token. You can see everything that they're doing. Go check out their main account. Go check out Postmaster's account. They have a partnership with Karate Combat as well. We did cover this one. I have seen the NFTs as well that Postmaster was talking about. They look absolutely amazing. So we will be covering them here in the show whenever Postmaster and Stickbug and then their team are ready to cover it as well. You're more than welcome to come up anytime, brother. Just let me know.
Thank you so much. Thank you for everybody coming in today. Special shout out, obviously, to our sponsor here, Gcoin. Chris Gilmore, such a good guy. If you guys aren't in the Discord channel and you aren't liking him on Twitter, make sure you guys are following Gcoin. It's real estate meets Web3. This guy's doing educational materials. He's tying assets in real world assets to Web3 on Hedera and teaching everybody the exact steps on how to do it all and what's the beneficial way of making money in real estate and Web3. So guys, get on it. Gcoin.
Awesome, brother. Appreciate it. Yes. Shout out to Gilmore Estates. They are sponsoring us on Mondays and Wednesdays. We also have a few other sponsors coming up starting in August. So you guys will find out here live on the show once they go live. And also, of course, if anyone listening is interested in sponsoring our show, just shoot me a DM on X. That's the best way to reach me at the current time. Postmaster, appreciate you, brother. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I look forward to seeing you. If I don't catch you before the Karate Combat event, looking forward to, I'm not going to be there, but I'm looking forward to seeing you at the booth. I know there's going to be a few Hedera related booths. We'll cover that on X here shortly as well. But appreciate you, brother, and looking forward to seeing you.
Awesome, man. Thanks again, IPEX. And if you do change your mind and you just want to spontaneously fly out, we got tickets for you, bro, and a place for you to stay. So
awesome. Yeah, I think the Houston event would have been the closest one for me. But I mean, the closer they are, and I know I was looking forward to the Las Vegas one. So if the Vegas one happens, very, very high percentage chance I'll be there. I was really looking forward to that one. So hopefully it happens still. That one's going to be an absolute incredible opportunity. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And I appreciate you doing the most for your fellow Hbarbarians. You're getting them tickets, making sure we can make it out to the event. Appreciate you, brother.
Awesome, man. Thanks a lot, man. I'm going to step down now. So you guys all have a great day. I'm just going to listen here while I pack and get ready to leave. We'll talk tomorrow, everybody, while I'm live at the weigh-ins.
Let's go, brother. All right. Peace out, brother. I'll see you tomorrow.
Later.
All right, you guys. Well, again, that's Postmaster. If you didn't know, he's been co-hosting with us for some time in our spaces now. So shout out to him. There's a lot of alpha that he usually is dropping here in our space. So much love, much alpha, much praise his way as well. All right, you guys. Well, It's that time of the show. If you have not joined our community here, I've been updating it. Let me click on this so you guys can see. It's free. It's public. Anyone listening in here, I'd highly recommend leaving the show now, going to my profile and joining us here. We almost have 50 members now. We started it about a week ago. So shout out to all the Hbarbarians that have been joining, have been supporting us, and voting on the future of our show as well. Looks like daily latest news is the most type of content that you guys are looking forward to during our live stream. And of course, we're going to continue to bring that to you. Community updates, technical analysis, and guest speakers are all in second, third, and fourth place. And of course, we're going to continue to bring all of that to you every single day. Hbar is the top global DLT. It's time you learned about it. Daily shows at 5 p.m. EST. The place to be in Web3. You guys know how it goes. Make sure to join our community, and let's continue to keep Hbar trending. Speaking of getting Hbar trending, oh man, let's see, where's the post at before we jump into some technical analysis here. Hbar is the trend. We cooking with gas now. If you guys have not liked it, retweeted it, perhaps quote retweeted it, I'm gonna go and quote retweet everyone. Let's see how many people I haven't been online for a few hours. So looks like 2 people have quote retweeted it. If you quote retweet it, just literally copy and paste it. I will be liking and retweeting your post as well. Let's continue to keep Hedera #Hbar trending. We are cooking with gas. And the big news, right? This is what we're going to focus on mostly here today. I know a bunch of people were asking questions to touch on it. I might as well open the link here in another tab so we cover it here shortly. The June Governing Council minutes are live. Literally, like 2-3 episodes ago, we've been talking about it. You know, when Governing Council minutes, when transparency, right? Well, our answer's here, right? I was just kind of smiling this morning when it came out because I was like, well, we literally spoke like, not to say too soon. Obviously, they should be coming out however often they host their meetings. Within 30 days or so on, right? So that's ideal, right? So here's the post here. But before we go into that, we will. So here's the main post right here. I'll open up the Governing Council meeting minutes. Here, let me open it up here as well. It was posted. It's the meeting minutes for June 12th. So let me share it with you all. So here's the minutes. It's not crazy long, so we'll spend a decent amount of the show covering it, probably at least 10 to 15 minutes. But I do want to share some technical analysis first. Of course, if you would like to come on to the show here today, let's see if I can open my profile in another tab. So I'll have to keep exiting out here. Give me 1 second here. All right, let me share this tab. Also, doesn't seem to be any screen sharing issues as there were yesterday. Not sure what that was all about. All right, so again, you guys know how it goes, and I'll just keep repeating it so it's more common knowledge. I know it's still newer to do these live streams. All you gotta do is click this link right here. It will take you to the backstage, and I can personally bring up each and every one of you that wants to join us on the speaker panel here today on the broadcast. And of course, don't forget to like and retweet the show here today if you find any of our content of value to your life, to your investments. You know, not financial advice, but I'm trying to help every single one of you that are listening in here to the show today absolutely win, absolutely kill it. Let's not forget 90+% of people listening here in Web3, here in any investments really, are actually down on their investments, right? They lose money. Maybe you don't necessarily know exactly what's going on. You're upset about the state of the market, you know, but in terms of trading, the psychology of this market, right? Over 9 out of 10 people, if not more, are actually losing money, right? Which chances are most of the people that are listening, that might be you, right? Which in some capacity, that's okay if you're new or what have you. But if you've been here for a while, like you do have to try your best, you know, to tap in and find ways to curate, you know, alpha, make sure you find all the opportunities, you know, and that's what I'm trying to do here is to share early opportunities as often as possible here in the Hedera ecosystem, right? That's our focus here at the Hbar Daily Show. When there's new mints, new tokens, whitelist opportunities, free mints, you name it, I'm going to be able to share it here as often as possible. And of course, if you've been rocking with us, a bunch of you guys just got free mints free mints and or whitelist mints for the Skelly Bits mints, which shout out to them. We covered them yesterday on the show. They did sell out over this weekend. Again, massive shout out to them. We'll cover them towards the end of the show here today. It's not paid for or anything. I just want to give them a little shout out here. But again, if you guys ever want to join the show, I have to manually update this link every single day before the show starts. So make sure to tap on it if you do want to come up as a speaker, as Postmaster just did as well. All right, let's jump over. We'll start closing out the show with this post a little bit later, covering the Governing Council minutes for June as well. So here is the CoinMarketCap news here. I'm going to drink some water, and we'll get the technical analysis started as well. All right, so it looks like Fear and Greed Index again. We're in the 60s as we were yesterday. So we're still a bit greedy. That's something that we never really want to see. We want to see it as close to this red area as possible, because those are the best times to be buying. All right, so I do have, I'll pull it up here shortly. I'm not sure, my goodness, I'm not sure if they, oh, here it is. Let's go. I was a little bit concerned. So they did update the UI on CoinMarketCap. I'll just show you guys here so you can actually watch it live with me. So if you guys remember watching the show, the trading view was up here. No idea why they'd move it down here. It's kind of silly, but it is what it is. I did find it. I was trying to figure out where it was. So let's throw up some indicators and see where we are. And if this is your first time here at the Hbar Daily Show, we not only cover Hbar, but we also cover Bitcoin, which is the leading indicator for where we are heading until we do have a massive decoupling, which arguably other cryptos will have to do the same thing, which we have not really ever seen that much, arguably, right? So let's see what we are cooking with here in Bitcoin to see what the future of our amazing token has in store for us. All right. So Bitcoin looking pretty strong, pretty healthy. Let's do some charting. Fortunately, my computer doesn't want to, looks like CoinMarketCap doesn't want to save my charts, but this is just a crude draft, right? You can see the blue on the stochastic upright, basically blue over orange is bullish. We need to confirm above the 50, which we're very close to, right? Same with the RSI down here. The RSI is still pretty bullish. We bounced off this high 40 level. We want to stay above 50 to remain in a bull run. We're still in a bull run, right? We're about that average. Basically all the major technicals, right? Let's move to the monthly here. And I'll just kind of look at this. This is what we've been talking about, right? Look at that. See that that bounce on the stochastic and the regular RSI. Again, August or September, there will be a cross. I'm betting for Bitcoin it'll be August. For Hbar, it'll probably be closer to September at some point. We're looking at the candles, right? We're studying the candles. These are individual monthly candles consolidating in this range from 73 to 53K. So again, we're at about right here at about that 66, 65K range, a lot closer to that 73 than we are to 53. But you all are well aware how volatile, how fast this market can move to the downside. And the inverse is true. It can move very fast to the upside as well. So we're literally like almost exactly in the middle of this range in the 60s, the low to mid 60 range, which of course, I mean, we can't really call it yet to either direction yet, but arguably these indicators are looking pretty solid. We just have to wait and see how it continues to, I'm trying to do that, how it continues to play out. We're still consolidating. We'll see what comes of it. We just got to wait for this cross on the monthly, and we'll call it from there, you know. So there's Bitcoin. Let's jump to Hbar, shall we? And of course, once that blue crosses over the orange, it's pretty strong of an impact for Bitcoin, which arguably it will impact Hedera in a positive way as well. I know a lot of people are fed up. A lot of people are super pissed at the Hbar price action. But as you guys saw yesterday, let me just pull it up. If you're not tuning into our shows every day as well, you are going to miss quite a bit of alpha that I will be sharing with fellow Hbar, Barry, and community members. All right, 38, right? We're sitting at 38, right? Almost, we're so close to that 40 range, right? But let's be honest as well, right? Look at that. 2.447 billion market cap. I mean, all these market caps are here in the 30s are almost the exact same as Hedera, right? It doesn't take that much to move it. 2.9 at 30, 2.9, 2.9, right? 3.2, right? In the top 20s. It's not that much different, right? 4.3, 4.5. Let's see how much it takes to get to a double, right? This is about double, almost put us in the top 20, right? Any major use case, major announcement, right? Anything that's of significance for Hedera can move the needle in that capacity. We've seen it before, right? Regardless of what you believe in terms of the RCAX and BlackRock news. Any of this, right? People will be so happy and so excited once the news and the way that this market will move, right? Especially for Hedera in particular. So again, staying level-headed, understanding the state of the market, right? 5.3 for Polygon, 5.3, 5.3, 5.4, right? This is the top teens now, right? Like this market, and if you weren't here yesterday, I'm just going to reiterate it, right? Like it won't take that much to move into the top 20, top 15. And then, of course, top 10. I mean, we're sitting at 14 bill. Like, it's not that crazy. It's not that kind of out of the question, right? Let's say so 17.2 billion is Toncoin, ninth spot, right? For Hedera to take this top 10. 14.7 divided by what? 2.4, right? 2.4 times what? 5, 6, probably 6 or 7 in that range, right? So what's the price of Hbar? 6, 8, right? So we're talking about a 45 cent Hbar, right? 40 to 45 cent Hbar, and guess what that will put us? Boom, top 10, right? Like some people are calling for multiple dollars this cycle. Obviously, I've made my point that I think Hbar will top at 78 cents this cycle. If I'm wrong, obviously I want to be wrong, and I'm more than happy to have dollars. But if Hbar goes into multiple dollars, depending on how high any of these top 10 run, I'm trying to make like a really strong frame of reference for where this market is heading, how big this market is, and if Hbar were to break into any of these numbers that people are calling for, if any of it's rational or reasonable and yeah, solid expectation wise, top 10 for Hedera, especially if we get our marketing in order, right? We're able to come together as a community, right? That's why I'm literally pretty much every day creating content, trying to bring the community together. Like I know there's turmoil and people are upset about certain aspects of this ecosystem, but at the end of the day, Hedera is not only a specific organization, a specific foundation, association, you name it. That's not what Hedera is. At the end of the day, sure, certain people, certain aspects could have more Hbars than others or what have you. But at the end of the day, if you believe in the technology, you believe in use cases built on the technology to make the technology even better, you believe in the community, right? Fellow members holding Hbars, building with these Hbars, right? Changing the world with these Hbars. That's what I'm betting on, right? Like all this day-to-day stuff, maybe there is some maliciousness or negativity and what have you, right? But if we are truly investing in whatever this 100-year company is going to become, that 100-year company starts now, right? And if we decide to give up on it or leave or sell out or whatever it is, yeah, maybe it's not independent on each individual person, right? Maybe it is all on the governing council at the end of the day, right? But there's only so much retail's ever going to do, right? I don't know. I can't speak to that, but I am telling you, I see the path, right, to the top 10 of Hedera in particular with the technology, with potentially the governing council, right, stepping up in a specific way, which we're going to talk about, the retail, right, being empowered, continuing to trend, right, continuing to come together, right? If you're not liking and retweeting this, commenting #HBAR, right? If I'm not going out of my way to continue to create content, help support fellow H-Barbarians and so on, right? And that goes the same for everyone listening here, right? We have quite a few people here, right? Let's do a little comparison to some of the other crypto shows here, right? 500, 600, 1,000, 200, right? I mean, it's not that crazy as we continue to grow as an ecosystem, as an ecosystem. We can see how many people are showing up, supporting, right? We've been getting 2, 3, 4, 5, 600 per show, right? As the show continues to grow, continues to build, and that's the goal, right? We want to influence as many people as possible to bring them into what is Hedera and truly change the world. I do believe this technology will change the world for the better. I'm hoping that's the case. Everything I've studied, everything I've learned on what this DLT brings to the table, it is something very, very, very special. Every developer I talk with, they're so excited to build here. They're so excited to see what is to come of Hedera, I'm really hoping that the governing council, and the foundations, associations, and so on, right, they're on the same wavelength, as that, which we're going to talk about in a little bit with the governing council minutes. All right, so RSI, stochastic RSI, this is obviously a bearish symbol right here, right? This is on Hbar now. The RSI is not looking that good in terms of momentum, right, on the daily. But I don't trade the daily, right? You can see the momentum all the way down here on the daily, literally July 4th, 4th of July, right? Down here, June 18th, right? I mean, these are incredibly low aspects of oversold, right? Basically, this means oversold, this means overbought, right? And you could basically look at it every single day and make your investment decision if that's what you want to do, right? And say, okay, you know what? Look at this. It's so rare. It does not happen that often, even if it's on the daily, right? Look at it, like almost never happens. How low? Which means that anytime we're down here, that means we're extremely. Oh, did I just exit out? Might have exited. Give me 1 second here. I think I exited out. Okay, let me just open the RSI back up. Not sure what happened there. Okay, it looks like they're crossing each other. So maybe I could just exit out completely. Let me just throw the RSI back up. It's not a big deal. Let's see. Okay, and then stochastic. There we go. Not sure what happened there, but we powered through nonetheless. All right. So again, I don't focus too much on the daily. The daily shifts pretty violently. So I'm not too concerned about it. Now, when we look at the weekly, again, I let you guys know, right? We're confirming above the 20 level. We should be confirming much higher. We have to see what happens here with the blue over the orange. Again, this is bullish momentum on the weekly. We did have a bounce here on the mid 30 range. We did reach some resistance on the 40 level, the low 40s, for the momentum of the RSI. So we're headed back down. We're just going to have to see. And of course, it's dictated on where Bitcoin is heading. So of course, these two lines need to be much higher for me to be super, super excited on the weekly. Now let's check the monthly as well. Same thing as I've been saying before. I don't know. So basically, this blue is going to have a bounce somewhere and start heading up, and then hopefully it crosses over the orange. If not, we're going to see pretty decent downside. And of course, with the RSI, same thing. We're going to see more downside depending on where, if we don't see a bounce sooner than later, which is going to, again, be dictated on Bitcoin. So I said August or September, most likely September, we'll see a cross somewhere over here. If not, maybe even in October. Again, when I say timelines for Bitcoin, I don't mean that the timeline is for Hedera implicitly. I do mean that Hedera trails after Ethereum, after Solana, and then after all the major alts, which are all the other layer ones, like I don't know. I mean, Avalanche. There's so many of them that are shifting around, right? Sui and so on at this point that it's kind of hard to keep track who's jumping in and out of the top 50 at this point every single day through this cycle. The cycle's been absolute madness. But again, September, October will most likely be the cross for Hedera. Then, of course, Bitcoin will most likely be in the coming week or two, maybe in August at some point, which we already covered that chart as well. All right. And then, of course, the candles. I'm not too concerned about any of the candles for Hedera. As I said before, this market is so volatile that really, depending on what Bitcoin does, I do believe that it does affect a lot of these tokens. This is a bearish candle, right? This is a bearish hammer, but usually the hammers are trend reversals, which is actually a good thing, even if it's red. So again, we're just gonna have to wait. We're gonna have to see. This is a monthly candle, right? So each candle that's here is a whole entire month: June, May, April, right? March, February. So we're going to have to see just kind of how these candles continue to close. This candle's about to close in about a week. So hopefully we end much higher, but we will have to see. Next target up is about 8 cents, if not higher. And then, of course, we'll see where the momentum lies in the RSI as well. But, of course, I can't say anything. I can just speculate. We're just going to keep tracking, keep following it, and see where the market is headed. But, of course, a lot of the market is still dictated on what Bitcoin does until we see a massive decoupling, because the governing council buys our bags. I'll just call it as as that. But the governing council has to buy H bars. It can't be subsidized only for so long. And when I originally bought H bar a long time ago, I mean, we're talking 3-4 years. I just on the assumption, which that's on me, and I have to take responsibility for that assumption. I assumed we have a governing council. They're building on Hbar. They're buying H bars, right? And of course, I have to take responsibility. Are they actually doing that, right? I didn't like go and read their minutes, right? Now we're going to be reading their minutes. So let's jump over here to the Hbar Governing Council minutes and see what is going on. All right. So again, we had, is there 2 of them? June, May, April. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm just taking it in. Okay. February. Oh, wow. Okay. So they posted Bitcoin, Bitgo minutes. Okay. This is news to me. So April, I guess I only read June. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I have a lot more to read. I have not read any of these. Oh, this is awesome. Okay, I was actually kind of concerned because I thought June was the only one that was posted. So it looks like May and April were posted. Oh, man. Okay, well, just due to time. Okay, you know what? Here's what we'll do. Maybe we'll extend the show a little bit today. We'll see. We have about 15, 20 minutes left in the show. So if you guys are listening here live, feel free to use that live chat. Let me know down below if you want me to cover the other 2 as well, or at least touch on them before we end the show. But we're definitely going to focus on June 12th today. So again, if you are here tuning in live, feel free to use the live chat. Let me know. Should we extend the show? Should we cover May and April as well? Touch on them. We are going to cover June right now. All right. So June Governing Council minutes are now live. You guys go to my account on X. You could just go look it up for yourself. You can see it, right? A Force for Good working group has been formed, right? These are some of the main points. There's a couple other ones, but they wouldn't fit in the post here, so I left it out. Charles and Mem Comrights, a membership committee, seek to empower council members to deploy their tokenization use cases on Hbar. And I said, of course, tap into our daily show for an in-depth analysis, which we are about to do as well here. And of course, those of you guys listening to the show here. And then this is the link. So literally just go on, let's see, type in Hbar.com/council/minutes, and you will be able to follow along with the governing council minutes here today. So let me throw it up here. 1 second. Actually, before we do it, let's do a little reset. Also, you guys, if you have not liked and shared the broadcast just yet and you find any of this of value, make sure to like and retweet. It's the best way to show us some support. And of course, if you want to continue to keep HBAR trending, all you got to do is comment #HBAR. I heard, last I checked, every single #HBAR comment raises the price of HBAR by 1 cent. I don't make the rules. That's just how it goes. All right, let's go to the Hbar Governing Council minutes. So we're just going to track this live here with you all. It's super interesting. I wish I would have been tracking this the whole time, but now we get to track it here together. So I'm not sure. I'm assuming this is members present as well. So it looks like the only members not present are some very specific governing council members, which of course no one likes to hear that. No one wants to hear it. Obviously, I don't want to hear that. Chainlink, DBS, Dell, EDF, Google, Hitachi, Ubisoft, right? Ubisoft, no surprise there. University College London, and Wipro. So I think DBS, I forgot who got off the governing council recently. Their term was up. I think it was DBS, right? So DBS, Ubisoft, those are the two that had the lowest. It was like sub 20%, I think, attendance. Most of the other ones are like 50 to 70%, which is pretty solid. I think that's pretty decent. Obviously, we want as close to 100 as possible. I think that's not even asking too much, but I can't speak into that too much. We can see all the governing council members that were here, right? All the Hbar directors, officers, staff, and of course, Swirlds Labs as well. Fun fact, those of you guys that didn't know, Swirlds, I had no idea. Swirlds actually stands for Shared Worlds. That was news to me. I think I heard Lehman in an interview at some point recently, but Swirlds means shared worlds. I didn't know that, so maybe some of you guys are just finding that out as well. But yeah, shared. What would just happen? All right. Well, looks like the space. I just looked at my phone here. Looks like the space just crashed. Not sure what caused that. And it looks like it ended too. So, not sure what that's all about. But we're going to. Yeah, Saucy Girl, appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know what just happened. I had the space open on my phone the whole time, and it just ended. So appreciate everyone jumping on over from the spaces. I just saw it right now. It must have just ended. So yeah, apologies for everyone on the spaces. Not sure what happened over there, but we're gonna continue with the broadcast here. Hope you guys can see my screen as well. Don't forget to like and retweet the show here today. I appreciate all of you guys tuning in. And of course, we host shows Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. EST, the place to be in Web3. All right. So let's see. Summary of actions. All right. I'll just skip that because I have read this already. I think that just kind of getting into the meat and potatoes of it all is probably going to be the best way to cover this minutes. So give me 1 second here to skim it. And I'll let you guys know. Basically, it's talking about proving some HIPs, right? HIP 968. We have Hbar Council transaction signing, right? Just a lot of stuff that most people just don't really either care about or don't really know what's going on, right? TechCom, right? Another HIP to conditionally improve HIP 850, which is enhancing NFT supply key functionality for NFT updates in Treasury account. That's the one we've been talking about, right? For some reason, I thought that one was out already. Maybe I misunderstood the other HIP that came out, HIP 657, I think it's called. But I'm blanking on it. I'll have to have a dev come up and talk about it. I forget. Such approval changes, right, to implement the HIP must come back to TechCom for another vote. So very specific HIPs and transaction signing policies were talked about by the Tech Committee in May to June. That are the actions. Those were the actions taken in the May to June meeting. All right, so here's some of the interesting. This is the part that I made the post about as well. Let me just skim it here really quick. I'm not going to read it word for word. All right, so Alex opened up the meeting after Brett. Let's see. Yeah, basically just talking about heightened levels of technical controls, updating members regarding information, security policies, and procedures. So Alex Popowitz, he is the Chief Information and Information Security Officer. So they're just basically talking about Hbar's information security policy and classification scheme contemplates strong technical controls with specific means to support council member access. So just making sure that, the governing council is running as securely as possible. And of course, how the information is disseminated as well. All right, Charles Atkins is discussing in this next part. This is the part that I actually made the post about as well. So discussing breakout sessions, right, at the recent council meeting in New York. All right, so here's all the aspects of the council meeting, right? Charitable use cases, AI governance, right, and tokenization. So producing ideas, right, and tangible action items that have been delegated to Hbar staff and communities for execution. So I'll just summarize these points here. This is the post. Let me throw the post back up here. This is the post I'm talking about, right? The force for good, empowering council members, right? New use cases, right? So let's unpack some of this here. And of course, you guys are more than welcome to read it as well. Let me enlarge it here. So I just read this paragraph. Let's jump to the next one. So let me grab some water here. All right. So regarding charitable use cases, right? Force for Good group working group has been formed. I don't know how long this one has been, right? I got to see if this is the first council meeting. If there's a couple other ones, I got to go read up on them. So maybe we'll touch on it tomorrow. We'll touch on the other ones just because there's quite a bit to unpack here. Working group is led by a Hbar director. I don't think it said who, but and has seen significant council member engagement. The group is working to identify actionable pain points experienced by philanthropic groups and council member foundations. After which it will hold a hackathon to address a specific identified pain point. Charles noted that interested council members should contact Vanessa to join. So this is very interesting. I'm very excited to see philanthropic groups, right, being supported by what this working group is going to look like. Any way I can support it and what that would look like, I'm more than happy to support it. I think it's a massive win for our ecosystem, and hopefully it is talking about philanthropic groups here in our ecosystem as well, on the retail side of things as well. So super bullish on this, super excited for it. This is just the beginning of, I think, something really big for our ecosystem and something we've been talking about for some time now. Charles, here's the second point. Charles noted that the market has expressed a strong appetite for AI-related use cases. Participants in this breakout session made two specific suggestions, basically a hip, right, and a product idea. Charles noted that Hbar staff has been speaking with interested users to gather feedback and assist with development efforts. A formal plan is in progress to evaluate and implement the participants' suggestions. I have no idea what this hip is, what this product idea is, what this is going to look like. It does not go into any detail from what I could tell, outside of continuing to develop it, evaluate, and implement the suggestions here. So if anyone has any insights on that, feel free to let me know as well. All right, here's the last point. Arguably, I think this is the most exciting one. Obviously, all three of them are extremely exciting. I don't think anyone disagrees with that. AI, supporting philanthropic groups, like that's just all incredible. You know, it means that our governing council, Charles, right, the people that are speaking, that are understand and have a finger on the pulse of what is happening in this market. And guess what? Here's the cherry on top. Charles also summarized the tokenization breakout session. I was so excited when I was reading this, you guys. You have no idea. Charles and team, working in conjunction with the Corporate Utilization Committee, that's a mouthful there, the CUC, seek to empower council members, governing council members, to deploy their tokenization use cases on the Hbar network. There you guys have it. Governing council members deploying the tokenization use case on the Hbar network. Top 10, baby. Charles noted that this initiative ties into the membership committee's MEMCOM recent discussions regarding the formation of industry-specific working groups. These groups will identify industry-specific solutions and develop HIPs and other tools to support deployment of these solutions. Charles and MEMCOM will provide more information to the council members as the program develops. Even if this is in the earliest stages and it's months away and all that kind of stuff, right? If these groups, led by the governing council, led by Charles, the membership committees, right, identifying solutions, right? I mean, you're not going to build businesses off of without solving problems, right? And developing HIPs and other tools, right? If governing council members are now finding these solutions, I thought that this was happening this whole time, but now that Charles is in play, now we have more leadership, right? More ways to guide the governing council. Like, this is what I thought I was investing in all these years ago, but now it's coming to life, and it's happening live right before our eyes. We can see it in developing HIPs, right? Their improvement proposals and other tools to deploy these solutions, which are basically use cases, right, on this ecosystem regarding the formation of these working groups, right? Deploying tokenization use case on the Hbar network. Like, all this is music to my ears. This is probably the most bullish paragraph for Hbar that I've probably ever read. Probably top 3, top 5. Very, very important. And it just came out a few hours ago. So again, I'm super bullish. I haven't been more bullish on Hbar in a long time. And then I actually missed this last bit. So this is some news for me. And I just touched on this part as well earlier. Brett and Charles asked the community members, the council members, to identify specific industry verticals in which they would like to see working groups form. Financial services and healthcare will be among the first sectors explored in the new program. Super bullish, super excited. And yeah, I mean, this is super exciting nonetheless. Memcom, TechCom, all the communities involved, super excited to see what is to come of these working groups as well. And of course, myself and anyone, hopefully community members can get involved in some capacity somewhere, I want to see that. That would be a massive win for our ecosystem as well. I do believe that. All right, network governance here. Let me skim this. I have not read this part just yet, but it looks like it was led by Brett McDowell. All right, so board report on status of market integrity policy compliance. Okay, I did skim this. Basically, just enforcing and tracking compliance with the market integrity policy. Let's see. Let me just skim it. Yeah, Hbar. Yeah, so compliance with the law remains. Yeah, here you go. Here's the most important part. Brett McDowell, he's the director chair. Brett emphasized that compliance with the law remains Hbar's top priority, and that the market integrity policy is an important tool in establishing and maintaining a culture of compliance. I couldn't agree more, right? We don't want to be dealing with the SEC or any other compliance aspect. And even if we do, I mean, it is what it is. But this is so important for the future of our network, right? I know a lot of people are so fixated on price action of other tokens, right? But this right here is something that cannot be understated. I cannot stress this enough, right? If there are other tokens out there that are doing well visually on a price action, right, aspect, but they are not in compliance, they don't have strong policies, right, and don't have a culture of compliance, you are probably betting on a very risky horse, which seemingly Hbar is not one of those risky horses. That's what it seems like. Obviously not financial advice. I'm just reading right off what the market integrity policy compliance from what Brett McDowell is sharing. Brett shared that the board is working with professional advisors, right, to formalize the process through which it evaluates and addresses reports of potential non-compliance. The board will share information about the policy and compliance efforts with council members on an ongoing basis, which of course this is an ongoing conversation. Nonetheless, when it comes to compliance, and of course our governing council as well, when it comes to cryptocurrency, right? This is one of the most important paragraphs as well, because the future of this space as Web3, whatever this is looking at crypto, is going to be contingent upon this at the end of the day, regardless of what your tokens are doing, who's doing what, right? This is going to be the game changer at the end of the day, right? This is the part I haven't really read yet. Just talking about sunsetting recruitment rewards policy. I don't know what that means exactly, right? The board recently voted to sunset this policy, and then they talked about the timeline, which doesn't go into detail, I believe. Let's see. Rolled out on September 13th. Yeah. And the policy and effectiveness, acknowledging strong membership pipeline. Oh, here we go. Okay. So having examined the policy and its effectiveness and acknowledging the strong membership pipeline that has developed outside the policy scope. So this, right, I saw someone make a post of it earlier today. This part, a strong membership pipeline, I'm assuming they're talking about potential use cases and companies coming on board with Hbar, which is really interesting. Yeah, I mean, I just think that that's super interesting. Like, what does that look like? Why are they sunsetting this reward policy, right? I have no idea. Doesn't really show it outside of just saying that it's developing outside of this policy scope, which, yeah, I mean, we'll have to just learn more what is going on. It looks like Kate Ball and Simon are the ones discussing this to the governing council as well. All right, and it looks like Tom Sylvester, General Counsel Secretary. This is the last point here. So designated committee meeting, right? Let me just skim it really quick. Oh, super fascinating. Okay, let me just read it. I'll just skim it here for you guys. Basically, Tom is saying that They're designating a committee specifically pursuing Hbar's ethics and integrity, right? Their specific policies explaining that the board's approving, right, this recruitment rewards policy, but cannot approve its own compensation. So the issue of director eligibility for recruitment rewards is unresolved. So that's really interesting as well. The designated committee, composed of active council members who are unaffiliated with current Hbar directors, was called to determine director eligibility under the recruitment rewards policy during its wind down period. Let's see, they discussed it. They determined that Hbar directors are ineligible for payment under the recruitment reward. So I don't see a lot of specifics outside of just saying who might be eligible, who's not. And then the meeting was adjourned. So super interesting. I think this June meeting is pointing in a very strong, positive direction, right? And of course, Charles, he's essentially the star of this conversation, right? A lot of what we focus on here today of these minutes, the hips, the philanthropic support, right? Philanthropic, there you go. And tokenization of use case on the network, right? Like these are some of the most important milestones and steps moving forward for our network. So yeah, we won't cover the other meeting minutes because this was a lot to cover already. But I appreciate everyone tuning in here today. Let me give me 1 second here. Yeah, let me pull up CoinMarketCap once again. Again, you guys, I do believe Hbar is well primed to be in the top 10. I see it coming. I have a really good feeling about it. I'm seeing everything starting to line up for it. Of course, we need to get our retail marketing sorted. We have to get, not trying to click on Solana. We need to get our retail marketing sorted. We have to get more and more support for the retail ecosystem, right? AI is going to be one of the next biggest things, right? For the crypto markets, right? We have to be ready for that RWAs, right? And of course, actual tokenization of use cases on our network is going to be the next phase of what we are bringing to the table as a network, right? Let me jump back over here to my X account as well. If you guys have not jumped on, if you guys are not supporting the content, great as well. Don't forget to like and retweet. Feel free to quote, retweet this post as well. Hbar is the trend, right? We cooking with gas now as well. I do believe that, especially after these governing council minutes, man, I think their tune will shift so wildly, so extreme, right? Once we start seeing actual governing council use cases go live, and we see stuff like Atma currently already up, and I think people just don't fully understand the weight of impact of what is yet to come. Once other major use cases actually go live, like tens of thousands of TPS a second is going to be essentially nothing for what our network's supposed to end up doing, right? What crypto will end up doing. That's why I've chosen Hedera. Personally, like, I understand where the future of what Web3 is going to become, and that's hundreds of thousands, if not millions of TPS a second, right? Like, a chain will have to be able to handle that, have successful transactions, have the fees be pegged essentially, right? Have leaderless, right? Node, right? Transactions put through, right? That's the ABFT is, right? Like, there's so many aspects to this space, and a lot of people just are completely missing that. So again, Hbar is the trend. We're cooking with gas now. Appreciate everyone tuning in here today. Don't forget to like and retweet the show if you found any value out of our show here today. If you're interested in sponsoring our show, don't forget to shoot me a DM. And I appreciate everyone that's tuning in here today. I hope you guys are all doing well on this Tuesday, and I'll catch you all tomorrow for our Wednesday show. Don't forget to join our community. All you got to do is head to my personal X account and hit the link here, and it'll take you to our community. It's free. You don't have to pay anything to join it. And of course, it's public as well, so anyone here can join. And you will help guide the future of our show here by voting and staying up to date with the latest posts as well that we'll be covering here in the show. I appreciate everyone tuning in here today. And with that, we will end the Hbar Daily Show. Feel free to tune in Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. EST, the place to be in Web3. Much love, you guys. Peace.